Hey guys, it's time to buckle up because we have another good story from Roller Reddit. 25F, almost cheated on my husband. 25M, twice. So I'm currently in med school, and getting into med school is notoriously hard, so to bulk up my application, I interned and volunteered a lot during uni with hopes it would get me in. I've had this friend, I'll call him Will, that I met while interning when I was 19 and he was 20. We became the best of friends and started doing a ton of things together. We'd go over to each other's house and watch movies/discuss books. At that time, I started dating my husband, I'll call him Virgil, and when they met for the first time, Virgil didn't like that I had a close male friend like Will. Virgil and I got married 2 years ago, shortly after we graduated uni, and we've been madly in love since. I made plenty of other friends interning, 4 girls, 2 men including Will, and we would have gatherings every so often just to catch up. I held one at our house and Virgil would always have the stink eye whenever Will spoke. But I liked Will since we had both gone through some tough times together and have shared experiences. Also, Will is pretty unstable and I'm one of his few friends that know that. One night, we were sitting in his car because we had just come back from a hospital and Will was talking about his father, which he never speaks about. All I'd ever heard him say is that he hates the man and doesn't speak to him often. He started choking up, which was even more surprising since we're both emotionally closed off. I thought I'd hug him to try to comfort him. I hugged him for a while and tried to say things to reassure him. It was weirdly intimate. When I had leaned back, we were about to kiss each other, and I hesitated and almost let him do it before pulling away. He drove me home shortly afterwards and felt this guilt in my stomach when I saw Virgil. I've been debating what to do for a while and I don't know. The second time I was in interning a hospital, and they gave each intern a little work area. I knew my boss, 28M, from a previous meeting 3 years ago, and we'd become good friends since then. I was in his office after hours one time, and the conversation turned pretty unprofessional. It was more flirty jokes than anything, and I knew that he had something of a crush on me from how he acted. The conversation led to one thing, and he put his hands on my waist under my shirt, and I let him feel me up. I put my hand under his shirt, almost let him kiss me, but then backed up, realized it was wrong, and walked out of the room. I took my things and left, and sat in my car for around an hour just thinking about what I was going to do. I love Virgil with all my heart, I really do. I'm just confused and don't know what to do. I want to keep my friends. I don't want anything to be weird between all of them. What should I do? Story 2. I, 34M, don't want to be with my fiancée, 30F, anymore, partially because I feel resentful about supporting her. I've supported her financially for more than a year and a half of our 3-year relationship, and I feel like I get zero recognition for this. She's constantly telling me how she needs me to be more supportive of her, and I'm like, what the do you think me working a job I hate so I can pay for our $3K a month is? That I pay for literally everything, including her travel and vacation, and I didn't want to pay this much in rent, and you convinced me to do it anyway. It makes me feel very used, and I guess I'm sensitive to this because I've felt this way in a past relationship too. We're having a rough patch these past few days, and I heard her talking on the phone today with her friend about our rough patch, and the first place her mind goes in this conversation is that she doesn't want to deal with a breakup again because it means dealing with finding a job again and working again, that she always makes so little money and living alone, and paying bills herself has always been so difficult. It really rubs me the wrong way that this is what she mentions first, not how badly she wants this to work, or how difficult it is to consider living life without me, but rather what the financial implications are for her not getting a free ride, that she would have to work again. There are other issues I have with this relationship. She's extremely emotional, has emotional outbursts in which she speaks to me in a very disrespectful way, and generally just gives me zero space to process things on my own without blowing it up and making it about her and the relationship. I tense up every time I hear her turn the door to enter my home office because I'm afraid it's going to be another tantrum. I'm having some severe mental health issues recently, and she takes it very personally and is incapable of living her life when I need a little space to deal with these things. I really want to end this relationship because I feel like she is a massive negative influence on my days and my mood and my mental health. I don't even like being around her right now. It's really miserable. I feel like I want to leave my own home to get away from her, and honestly I almost just want to leave her and let her keep the house for the rest of the lease. I hate the idea of paying $3K a month for her to other guys in my house though, but honestly I might do it just to get out of here. I just feel resentful that me leaving her means that I'm out tens of thousands of dollars of having to support her while she gets her together. Story 3. I pay all the bills, but my fiancé keeps all the money. I, 33-year-old female, have been with my fiancé John, 36-year-old male, for 9 years. Here's a little backstory so you understand why I'm thinking about asking for this from him. We have 2 children together, ages 8 and 4, and we both have 15-year-olds from previous relationships. I'm technically what most would call a stay-at-home mother. I cook, I clean, I take care of the children, I get them ready for school in the morning, get them off the bus, when they get home take them outside to play. All the mom things, baths and showers, and I also have my 4-year-old all day long because he is not yet in school. And I am the only driver of the house, so I do all the grocery shopping, running errands, etc. But I'm not a stay-at-home mother by choice. I was disabled in a cheerleading accident as a teenager and struggle with a lot of pain day to day, chronic migraines and other health conditions. Because I'm disabled, I receive Social Security benefits, and I also receive child support from my ex for my oldest child. My problem is my fiancé has a decent job and makes decent money, but I pay most of the bills. I pay our rent, our cell phone and cable bills, and I make our monthly car payment. After all those bills are paid, I'm left with about $10 to my name for the month. He was paying 2 utility bills, roughly $150 together a month, but he would never pay them when they were due. He would wait until we received disconnection notices, and then finally he would pay them, so he could go 3 to 4 months without paying. I recently signed up and am now receiving help paying my bills, but unfortunately the bills that they can help with are the bills he normally pays. None of the bills I pay. Here's where my issue comes in. For years now, this is how it's been. He makes all the money, I stay home with the kids, but I pay all the bills with the little money I receive each month. I feel like I have nothing of my own. Anything I need to ask him for it. I need shampoo and conditioner, I need to go to him and ask him for money. I need things for the kids, I need to go to him and ask him for money, then explain why the kids need whatever it is I'm asking it for. I can't just go to the store and see something I want and purchase it. I'm not someone that buys anything for myself ever. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I got anything new for myself. For example, right now my phone has been broken for 2 months with a severely screen, and my glasses were stolen out of my car about 3 months ago. But I still have my broken phone and I'm still living without glasses, even though I need my glasses severely. Not having my glasses causes my migraines to be way worse and my night blindness to be way intensified. And as I've said, I'm the only driver, so when I have to go out at night, it's very scary. I have asked for money for these 2 things, but I'm always told money's tight or wait till my next paycheck, but it never happens. He refuses to use banks, so I can't see what's coming and going from the money he makes. He will tell me how much his paycheck was, but I never understand where the money goes. We have gotten into fights about this quite a few times, but he'll always say the checks have his name on them, not mine. It's just frustrating because the checks that do say my name all go to bills. I don't understand how money can be tight when I pay all the bills and I receive enough food stamps each month that we have leftovers that roll over into the next month. So he has no bills to pay, no food to buy, just the normal household stuff, take out for dinner here, and their gas and cigarettes for us both. I do understand that money goes quick, I'm not naive to that by any means, but at this point in my life I want to be able to go to the store and buy something I see without having to come home and have a discussion and ask him for the money or wait for him to get out of work, tell him what I need, then go shopping. He gets out of work around 5 p.m., so it's already starting to get dark out, so doing that makes me have to drive in the dark, which again, night blindness hello. I'm very frustrated and feel very alone right now. Should I ask him for a monthly allowance to be able to buy the things I need without having to go to him every time and hope he says yes, or not have a huge fight about it? He's gotten mad at me for buying a bag of chips before that wasn't on my list of things to get, even though I bought them with my own food stamps. He immediately freaked out and said they weren't on my list, then ripped them out of my hands, threw them to the ground and stomped on them. It's very embarrassing to be 33 years old and have to ask for money like I'm a child. What should I do? Story 4. I, 28M, broke up with my now ex, 28F, recently and don't know how to find peace. So I broke up with my ex about 2 months ago. We had been together about 6 months. When we met, she wanted us to keep things light and casual, not to overthink, which is something I generally do, especially on relationships. I made quite a few mistakes. I wasn't as open and honest as I should have been with her. She put on weight and we had our differences. She didn't like being as active as me, she didn't like drinking, etc. I told myself it wasn't a big deal because she was a wonderful person. Eventually, she moved in with me, but as time went on, our differences became more and more important and apparent. Around 4-5 months in, I began to realize things probably wouldn't work out long term. We talked about it several times. The first couple conversations, I came clean and told her everything. We came to an understanding that we would be parting ways, eventually. We never agreed when, just kind of knew that it would happen. She said she was ready. Well, it me up emotionally because I deeply cared about her still, even though I knew it wouldn't work between us. And living together just gave me no time to breathe and process. I was hurting really bad. I knew it was imminent, and it constantly reminded me of the reality of our situation. I told her she needed to move out. I was pretty weak mentally. I was afraid just to end things straight up. I felt sucked into this situation and didn't know how to get out of it. Immature, I know. This was my first relationship where I lived with someone anyways. She moved out. Soon after, one night we were texting. The feelings that had stayed inside, and the growing truth of the fact that I knew I would need to want to pull the plug on our relationship because she wouldn't or wasn't ready to nag at me constantly. My heart was aching. So that night when we were texting, I told her we needed to talk. She said, "Just tell me now." I told her we should talk in person. She said whatever I had to say, she needed to know and not to wait. I told her we needed to break up. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I know. Anyways, I hurt her pride and now she deeply resents me for not breaking up with her in person. I tried to tell her recently that I wanted to apologize to her in person and find peace with everything that happened. She said she never wants to see me again and hopes she never sees me around town. I get it and don't blame her. The truth is, she's less emotional than me. In the mental darkness of the final weeks and month, my head was clouded. I wasn't thinking straight. I just wanted to end the pain. I know in retrospect why it got so bad. Anyways, there's no way she will let me apologize to her, and I don't think she has the capacity for forgiveness. She's a rather vengeful person in some ways and isn't afraid to make enemies. I don't know how to come to peace with my mistakes. I was dumb. I learned a lot. I'm normally pretty hard on myself. I let her down big time. How do I find peace? Am I an asshole? I wanted to do better, but I messed it up.